wear your fucking masks. Given people still don't wear their fucking masks, absolute shit. We need government to step in. I didn't say that. Shut the fuck up. I've never said it.
She not a lesbian for peace, she turned lesbian, push P.
Now I want to give a shout out in Cow Club.
Shout out to Jimmy, I guess. A lot of important stuff to be dealt with in the fight for animal rights. Absolutely. PETA's still assholes. Like, PETA, to a certain extent, PETA does genuinely harm its causes sometimes. Genuinely harm its causes sometimes. And they do sometimes put animal rights above the rights of actual human beings. So, yeah, I'm not a fan of PETA. Young Thug getting arrested. Hardly surprising. He's a rapper, right? They get arrested all the time. Welcome to Bandland Epic Urethra Gaming. You're gonna be stupid. Nothing racist, I'm just saying. Rappers tend to pull a lot of rappers tend to pull shit. You know? Rappers tend to be pretty wild sometimes. They get arrested, they get released. It's just, it's what they, it's just something that happened. Rock stars too, yeah. Musicians in general. Musicians in general get arrested, they get released because they do a lot of wild bullshit. It's fun. They have fun. How do I feel about the lead singer of Smash Mouth? He's an anti-masker, isn't he? Do I support propane explosions? As long as nobody gets hurt, sure. Explosions are great. Private Party, never heard of them. Thoughts on Arnold Schwarzenegger? Thank you again, Ugly Hobo. Thoughts on Arnold Schwarzenegger? Sometimes I agree with him. Sometimes he's an asshole. His X-Men a commentary on gay rights. Sometimes. So, X-Men traditionally has been a commentary on oppressed groups. X-Men is about being an outsider, really. Yorkie, I did drive. I got my learners at 16. I ended up letting my license expire because I didn't really enjoy it. Bill Maher turned me into a liberal. Fuck Bill Maher. Bill Maher's an asshole. But yeah, it's X-Men is about being an outsider, really, is what it's about. Jewish metaphor. It spent a long time being a Jewish metaphor. More than anything else, more than any other group. It sort of, there's always a strong undertone of, the Jewish struggle. I don't like Bill Maher because he is an asshole. Bill Maher is the kind of, for one thing, he sees politics as a game, as a sport. And I hate people like that. Like a hobo, Israel or Palestine? Both. I don't like the fact that ultimately he views politics as a game. It's all about winning. Beyond that, the guy's stuck in the 90s. Bill Maher has not changed his views since 1994. Bill Maher has the same opinions now that he did in 1994. Regardless of the fact that a lot of shit's changed since then. He has not kept up with the times. Consistent, but times change. You have to keep up with times that change, with the changing times. And he made a specific choice not to. I think that's the thing. He has chosen to not keep up with the times. There's political consistency, and then there's political growth. I'll actually use an example. Trans rights. Bill Maher is a transphobe. Because back when he was starting out, back in the politically incorrect, when he was doing politically incorrect and all that shit, back in the 90s, trans rights weren't a big deal. They were very much, it was very much a fringe issue back then. As far as Bill Maher is concerned, trans rights are still a fringe issue. So I'll never forget, the 2016 election. Back in the 2016 election, he was arguing that liberals need to not talk about the trans rights issue. That they need to just set that aside because, we need to win. We need to win. The trans issue, it's going to push people away. We need to focus on winning. His view was that trans people should sit down, shut the fuck up, take whatever goddamn hatred and oppression they... Clayla Styles, to everyone in chat, you are loved and deserve to take up space. Thank you for the super chat. So yeah, 2016, his whole thing was trans people need to sit down, shut the fuck up, and take whatever they get. Which is a pretty fucking shitty attitude. So that was issue 1. So that was part 1. A couple years later, who does he bring on? Milo fucking Yiannopoulos. A horrible, horrible transphobe. Just a horribly transphobic little shit. Milo Yiannopoulos was just the shittiest fucking guy. And Bill Maher is sitting there having a friendly conversation. Oh, no, I can see where you come from. No, I agree with you. Milo's gay, but he's also a transphobic prick. So, yeah, he's transphobic. And I mean, that's part of it, but he's also racist. Horribly, horribly anti-Islamic. Just horribly racist towards Muslims. Racist towards black people and Latinx people. He's misogynistic. Bill Maher has all sorts of utterly shitty views. So yeah, he's garbage. Bill Maher is garbage. And yeah, I mean, most actual liberals hate Bill Maher. From what I've observed, and actually, you know what? Bill Maher, the fact that Bill Maher is friends with Ann fucking Coulter is proof enough that Bill Maher is an absolutely garbage person. Bill Maher is fine palling around with Ann fucking Coulter. One of the absolute worst people on the planet. Ann Coulter is just horrible. Ann Coulter is just a terrible person. Her views, every single view that Ann Coulter has, is terrible and harmful and all about cruelty. I don't give a shit about Ann Coulter personally. Her views make her a garbage person. The shit she says is horrible. I'd be surprised if Ann Coulter's mom actually likes Ann Coulter, to be frank, because she sure as hell goes out of her way to make herself as unlikable as possible. All she wants to do is piss people off, which is a shitty political belief to have. Kamala Harris or Elizabeth Warren? Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris is worse because she's a cop. Sam Hyde or Donald Trump? I don't fucking know. I don't even know who Sam Hyde is. Legit admitting on Trump. He's a shitty businessman, a pathological liar, textbook narcissist, and just an all-around shitty person. That's my view. That's my opinion on Trump. Trump was born rich. Voter fraud is so incredibly rare as to be statistically zero. Voter fraud happens in such low numbers that it's statistically zero. It doesn't actually affect any elections. Sosuke, I do not believe for a second that Donald Trump is worth $1 billion. I do not believe that Donald Trump is worth $1 billion. And I believe that the reason Donald Trump never released his tax returns is because he didn't want people to believe, or he didn't want people to know that he's worth less than $1 billion. That's my belief. That he is actually, he's in debt, almost certainly. But I let Nicki Minaj sit in my face for $5. I don't know, I'm not sure that I'd want somebody sitting on my face. I'd be worried about suffocating. I don't care if it's a ridiculous fear, like if it's a ridiculous concern. That's the thing that I would worry about. There needs to be an African Batman, in my opinion. I mean, isn't that Black Panther? Like, wouldn't Black Panther just be African Batman, basically? Look here, look, listen.
Look here! Look, listen!
Thoughts on Phil scamming his viewers for a $2,000 cat? I will be okay with scamming people on behalf of cats. I support a trans woman becoming Batman. My only concern with a woman becoming Batman is Batman, you know? At that point, she'd be Batwoman. Trans man becoming Batman would be fine. Fine for me. Thor is a dude, but Jane is also Thor. Yeah, but Thor isn't Thor man, you know? Knock it the fuck off, Harry Balls. Did I watch Morbius? Of course not. Nobody watched Morbius. Allie, people have thoughts about the size of my penis. Allie, did I watch Morbius? Of course not. Nobody watched Morbius. Low-key slap. Must be low-key, because absolutely nobody watched that movie. I don't like Jared Leto. Like, I have bad feelings about Jared Leto as a person. Like, he just gives off bad vibes. Like, I mean, Jared Leto may very well be just a warm and wonderful human being. Vibes. He gives off creeper vibes, you know? Like, he just gives off such creeper vibes. He uses sent comments. Yeah. Yeah, like, that was deeply fucked up. And, like, a dead rat. And just... If it came out that Jared Leto, sexually assaulted people, I would not be in the tiniest bit surprised. Like, there is no story. Like, it could come out that Jared Leto fucking hunts poor people for sport. And I'd be like, yeah, that tracks. I can believe it. Like, there's nothing that could come out about Jared Leto that would actually surprise me. James Franco, same thing. James Franco, I do not like James Franco. Thoughts on Jennifer Lawrence playing Mystique? I didn't like that take on the character. Thoughts on ketamine? I've never taken it, but it seems like a fun time. Ketamine for a fun time. I'm not sure who Caitlyn Jenner expects would vote for her. Like, she's a Republican, so obviously as a Republican, she's not exactly going to get a lot of Democrats voting for her. She's not going to get a lot of people on the left voting for her. And as a trans woman, she's fucking deluded if she thinks the Republican Party is actually going to support her. The Republican Party hates trans people. They're fine with, like, they'll allow trans people to support them. The Republicans hate trans people. They just straight up do. And they're fine using a trans person like Caitlyn Jenner. They will allow Caitlyn Jenner as long as she's useful to them. They still fucking hate her. Like, I've seen people make the same point about Candace Owens. That Republicans will use her as a tool, but as far as they're concerned, she still isn't one of them. Republicans are never going to vote for Caitlyn Jenner. They hate her. Or yes, it is. Maybe the party is changing? No, it's not. Yeah, to become more extreme all the fucking time. Caitlyn Jenner is nothing but a tool for the Republican Party. That's all they see her as. If she ever stops becoming useful to them, they will drop her so fucking fast. They will throw her under the bus without a second's hesitation. Clarence Thomas? Oh, fucking Clarence Thomas. Clarence Thomas does not deserve to be on the Supreme Court. As soon as it turned out that his wife was involved in the fucking January 6th insurrection, Clarence Thomas should have been fucking removed from the Supreme Court. Fuck off. The left has no actual power in the United States.
I better you to shut the fuck up, alright?
Mac Society. We do have a disturbing lack of flame-throwing guitars. I will agree with you there, Ugly Hobo.
I'm so fresh, you can suck my nuts. I'm so fresh, you can suck my nuts. Swag. I'm so fresh, you can suck my nuts. I'm so fresh, you can suck my nuts.